This is the weather forecast video for Monday, February 6th, 2012. Let's take a look at the satellite image from last evening. See some clouds over northern New England, South Florida, the Gulf Coast, and a new storm about to move into the West Coast with some low-level clouds scattered elsewhere across the country. Watch warning map from just before midnight. Shows some dense fog and freezing fog advisories over the center part of the country, some stagnation and fog over the northwest. Elsewhere, it's quiet across the country. QPF chart is also pretty quiet. This is rain or precipitation through the next 5 days through Friday evening at 6 o'clock. Rainfall along the east coast, the Gulf Coast, and along the west coast with little, if any, across the center part. So let's take a look at the 0Z GFS Model Run at 6 p.m. this evening. You can see a peace energy moving through the Ohio Valley in the eastern Midwest, another over the Colorado Rockies that may produce a little bit of snow up there. Some rain over South Florida and far South Texas, otherwise pretty dry across the country with seasonal temperatures across the state. But it gets cooler on Tuesday, a little bit of snow, a flurry or some light snow showers moving through with some rain and mountain snow moving into the west. Heading into Wednesday, it'll be seasonally cool, 30s across the state, lows in the teens to lower 20s. More February-like than what it has been over the last several weeks. That continues into Thursday. A little bit of snow over the UP of Michigan, some rain over Florida and South Texas. And elsewhere it remains dry and seasonal, which continues again into Friday. Some lake effect snow over the lakes, rain across Florida and South Texas, and a little bit over the Pacific Northwest. Heading into Saturday to start off the weekend, we're still under the influence of high pressure, and outside of some rain over Florida and the far northwest and snow over the Great Lakes, it remains dry even into Sunday, although winds will switch around to the south and west and temperatures will begin to warm back up into at least the low to maybe mid-40s in the far southern counties. A week from today, on the 13th, you're going to see it's still pretty zonal across the country, a little bit of a trough over the west, and some pieces of energy that'll be producing a little bit of rain to our south, a little bit of rain snow over the northern plains and northern Rockies. Elsewhere, still remaining pretty dry. Heading further into the month on the 17th, a bit of a ridge building across the northwest, a trough extending down across the east and down into the desert southwest, and we have a Alberta Clipper coming racing down across the northwesterly flow across the prairie provinces of Canada, and this will be coming in according to the model the next day. That'll bring a quick shot of some pretty cold air and some strong winds, a little bit of light snow if this is right at that point, with little if anything happening. Heading to the end of the forecast, the 21st, ridge over the far west, trough over about the eastern 2/3 or 3/4 of the country, a little bit of energy over the southwest, and a little bit of rain-snow mix, some snow across the northern plains and into Canada. So if this is right, it could get a little more active heading into the latter half of February. Thank you for tuning in to the weather forecast video. We'll have another one tomorrow.